head-on.
An Indian warship deployed along the east coast of Somalia responded to a distress call regarding hijacking of an Iranian-flagged fishing vessel after it was boarded by some pirates. It was not an isolated incident. Ever since the Houthi militia began using drones to attack commercial ships in the Red Sea or hijacking vessels, India has emerged as the first responder to governments and companies alike. The Indian Navy's operations in the Indian Ocean region symbolize India's resolve to ensure safety of vessels and seafarers at sea.
An Indian warship, the INS Sumitra, responded to a distress call about the hijacking of an Iranian-flagged fishing vessel, Iman, in the Arabian Sea. Pirates had boarded the vessel and taken its crew hostage. The INS Sumitra was on an anti-piracy mission along the eastern coast of Somalia and Gulf of Aden. It intercepted the fishing vessel and, acting in accordance with the established standard operating procedure, coerced the pirates to release 17 crew. Just last week, another Indian warship came to the rescue of a commercial oil tanker that was struck by a missile in the Gulf of Aden. The INS Vishakhapatnam responded quickly to a distress call by the Marshall Islands flagged Marlin Luanda on Friday. The vessel had 22 Indian and 1 Bangladeshi crew on board. The INS Vishakhapatnam was involved in a similar operation on 18 January. It responded to a distress call by a merchant ship attacked by a drone in the Gulf of Aden. The Marshall Island flagged MV Genco Picardy has 22 crew, including 9 Indians. On 5th of January, the INS Chennai was diverted from its anti-piracy patrol to rescue another ship. The Indian Navy's elite commandos rescued the Liberian-flagged MV Lila Norfolk. The commandos, known as Marcos, rescued 21 crew, including 15 Indians. The Indian Navy deployed 3 of its warships in the Arabian Sea in December 2023. INS Mormugao, INS Kochi and INS Kolkata were deployed for maintaining a deterrent presence. The Indian Navy is also called upon during times of distress and natural disasters such as floods. Indian Navy carried out flood rescue and relief operations in Tamil Nadu in December 2023. India launched Operation Kaveri in April 2023 to bring back Indian nationals from Sudan. More than 4,000 people, including 136 foreigners, were brought to India. The INS Netaji Subhash conducted operations in the cyclone Yas hit West Bengal in May 2021. It was also involved in Operation Madad in August 2018 in various districts of Kerala. Indian Navy's area of responsibility includes the Indian Ocean region, Persian Gulf, Gulf of Aden, and eastern coast of Somalia. Indian Navy responds quickly to distress calls by commercial ships in the region. India has a 7,500-kilometer coastline. It has an exclusive economic zone of more than 2 million square kilometers. More than 90% of India's trade by volume and 68% by value moves through maritime routes. India has drawn praise internationally for its timely help to protect commercial shipping lanes. A British journalist, Mark Urban, posted a message on social media platform X, which read, and I quote, "Among the emerging great powers, fascinating to see how India has risen to the crisis in the Gulf of Aden and Red Sea. China, not so much," unquote. A historian, Martin Sorbre, said on X, and I quote, "India takes over. Superpower rising. Stop drooling over China," unquote. Bureau Report, DT India.
And my colleague Akshay Dongre joins us from New Delhi. Akshay, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations form a key component of the Indian Navy's benign role. How would you characterize India's track record in this regard?
Well, Ramesh, if we look at the track record of India, it's not just right now in this crisis that the Indian Navy has taken a lead, but if we look at as far as in 2014, if we talk about Maldives, the country in Indian Ocean region, it had a crisis of water. People did not have water to drink, and it was the Indian Navy that had delivered water to Maldives. That was about 10 years back. Similarly, there have been many such instances where the Indian Navy has come out as a savior, a rescuer to not just Indians who have been stranded in conflicts and wars in different parts of the world, but also to people of other nationalities without any difference as far as the treatment is concerned. Indian Navy has been playing a role of disaster relief force in India as well. We saw when cyclone hit Chennai, it was the Indian Navy that had sent its divers, its smaller boats to rescue people from their homes who were trapped. And Indian Navy has been doing this for a very long time now. It has, in fact, developed an expertise as far as humanitarian efforts are concerned, be it delivering of crucial aid to rescuing people from disaster-hit areas, from conflict zones. It has been Indian Navy's excellent track record that has put it on the world map as far as some of the key forces that have been almost in every rescue operation whenever there has been emergency and calls for international agencies for help. So that has been the role of Indian Navy, and Indian Navy has been executing it perfectly for decades now.
I want to talk to you about another role of the Indian Navy. Has the Indian Navy emerged as a net security provider in the region? Is it now a truly blue water navy capable of power projection in the wider Indo-Pacific?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. As far as the achievements of the Indian Navy are concerned, especially in field of indigenization, we are now one of the only few countries that is capable of building our own aircraft carriers. We saw Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2022 inaugurate INS Vikrant that was completely indigenous. And as we all know, that aircraft carriers are one of the most important tools of power projections far beyond their borders. Indian Navy also is in, it's following the same path of indigenization, not just here in aircraft carriers. That is one of the most sophisticated technology as far as maritime warfare is concerned, but in terms of submarines as well. And it is moving forward with that mission. So absolutely, it is a Navy now that is truly capable of power projection far beyond its borders. But as far as the Indian Ocean region is concerned, with the current crisis that we are seeing right now,
all right, we leave it at that.
Houthi attacks, but the Somalian pirates that are now trying to exploit this problem, and we are seeing a rise in the number of piracy instances in the region. The Indian Navy has not only deployed frigates but also destroyers, and has been coming to the rescue not only to the ships that are being attacked by the Houthis, but also the attempts of piracy have been foiled on multiple occasions in a short span of time by the Indian Navy.
All right, Akshay, thank you for your inputs. That was Akshay Dongre reporting from New Delhi. Still to come on DD India News.